Hey folks, how you all doing? So I thought I would do a Leo Sayer singles ranking video today. This is because I've had this box set for quite a while now, CD singles, and it contains 29 UK singles. 28 of them are from that period, 73 to 86. There's also a copy of the Mech remix of Thunder in My Heart called Thunder in My Heart Again from the year 2000. Also a copy of his The Very Best of Leo Sayer. And a 33-page booklet talking about the songs, the singles, etc, etc. So I thought I'd go through these and rank them now. The top 13, I think it is, are all 10 out of 10 singles. I couldn't separate them. It's like, you know, if you have 13 babies, which one's your favourite? You just can't. You know, you can't split them. How can I compare or rank The Show Must Go On with Long Tall Glasses, with One Man Band, with When I Need You, with Have You Ever Been in Love? Or, you know, it's just, it's impossible. So what I had to do with those 13, I thought the only way I could fairly separate them was by listening to the B-sides of the singles and seeing how much I enjoy those as well, and that would give me some sort of listing to go on. So I've done the 28 singles from that period, 73 to 86. I've also included his first ever single with a band called Patches in this as well, so it goes back 1972 to 1986 actually. So 29 singles. There's a lot to talk about. Let's get on with it now. Number 29 on my list, we go to 1986 with a non-album track song that was released as a single. This one did not chart in the UK. It's called Solo. Now this is the only single of his career in the UK that I do not like. It just sounds so dated, so 1980s, and I really don't like it. It comes in at a pretty lousy 2 out of 10. Sorry Leo, if you're watching this mate, I'm really sorry, but I really don't like this song. On the upside, the B-side called Passion, that one ranks 9 out of 10 for me. That would be a top 15, top 20 of his entire career if I did just a non-A-side singles ranking video. That would be in there for sure. Passion has Van der Man Morrison, Frank Zappa and Mark Knopfler on backing vocals. They just happened to be in the next studios near him when he was recording this and kept coming in and ended up being on the single. So yeah, really sad about the A-side, but I really love the B-side. It's a good deep cut. So at number 28 on my list, we go to 1984 with another non-album track. This was actually part of a soundtrack to a movie, I guess. But charted at peaked at number 54 on the UK charts. It's Unchained Melody. It's one of those classic songs that I won't say shouldn't be sung by anyone, but the original version by the Righteous Brothers had such power, such magnificence that it's just hard to, you're just not going to compare to it no matter what you do. It would be like Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Waters. You're never ever going to beat that no matter who you are, and you're always going to get compared to it. But Leo does a pretty good version of this, even though I'm not a big fan of cover versions, as Leo knows when we had a discussion about the Northern Songs album. I'm not a fan of covers albums. Cover songs are good. This is a good song as a one-off thing. It does get the pass mark. It's 6 out of 10. The B-side, is Heart for Sale. That's a fairly good song as well. So number 27 for me, we go back to 1975. This one charted at number 55 on the UK's charts. It's another cover version, Let It Be. He does a really good version of this Beatles song, but again, the Beatles are one of them bands that everyone gets compared to and are never ever going to live up to, no matter who they are when they cover a Beatles song. Leo does a very good version of this as well. It comes in at 6 out of 10. Again, another non-album track. The B-side is the title track from the Another Year album. At number 26 on my list, we go to 1986 with a single that didn't chart again in the UK. Real Life. Again, just like Solo, this one just sounds really, really dated to me. It just sounds very 1980s. And yeah, it's okay. It passes. It comes in at 6 out of 10. The B-side, The Girl Is With Me, was co-written by Alan Tarney, and that has a solid pop rock feel to it. Maybe they should have flipped the sides over, because I like that one. That's an 8 out of 10 track for me. Number 25 on my list, we go to his first solo single ever, 1973's Why Is Everybody Going Home. This is his debut solo single. It's from Silverbird. Again, did not chart. Gorgeous strings on here, the orchestrations are beautiful. Leo's falsetto is just incredible. He has a really underrated falsetto. This song comes in at 7 out of 10 for me. The B-side, Quicksand, is a very good piano-based rocker as well. Number 24 for me comes from the 1984 album Have You Ever Been in Love, and it's Sea of Heartbreak. This one charted at number 84 in the UK. It's a very, very good cover of Don Gibson's classic country tune Sea of Heartbreak. Comes in at 7 out of 10. There are two songs on the B-sides of this. Easy to Love from the Thunder in My Heart album, and also Dreamin'. His version of the song he wrote for Cliff Richard. Leo's version is very good, but obviously I've only heard this half a dozen to a dozen times, where I've had 45 years of listening to Cliff Richard, so you know, it's just hard to compare the two. But yeah, I bet you guys didn't know that Leo Sayer wrote Dreamin' for Cliff Richard. So at number 23 on my list, we go to Leo Sayer's first ever single. This was with a band called Patches. This was released in 1972. It did not chart. Living in America. It's a solid rocker. It has a feel to it like Monkberry Moon Delight by Paul and Linda McCartney off their Ram album. It's got, I'm not saying it's totally like that, but it's got a few little bits and pieces that every now and then you go, oh, a similar sort of vibe. 7 out of 10 again for me. The B-side, The Hour of Love, is a gorgeous piano ballad, and yeah, when I showed this to Leo to get him to sign it up here, his eyes lit up. It's like he hadn't seen one of these in, 50 plus years. That's what it felt like. He was just really happy, I guess, that someone had a copy of this single. I could be wrong, but that's how I took it, as how he felt with it. So number 22 on my list, we go to 1979 from the Hair album. This song did not chart too either. The World Has Changed. It's a nice soft rock song. A lot of his stuff is soft rock. It's soft rock. That's the only way you can describe it. There's a bit of a disco vibe happening in the music in the background there. 7.5 out of 10. The B-side is called Oh Girl. It's a solid cover of the classic Chi-Lites R&B song. Now, I'm a big fan of the Chi-Lites, and I'm very critical when people record their songs, but you know what, Leo does a splendid version of it, in my opinion. At number 21 on my list, we go back to 1978 from his self-titled album Raining in My Heart. This one peaked at number 21 on the UK charts. It's a cover of the Buddy Holly classic. He's sung pretty similar to the way Buddy Holly did it. 7.8 out of 10. Great stuff. The B-side, Don't Look Away, is a solid guitar/piano driven rock song. Another great song. Number 20 on my list. Got 1980 from the Living in a Fantasy album, and this is Once in a While. This did not chart neither. Strange. Co-written with Alan Tarney. Has that fine, soft rock sound. 8 out of 10. So from here on in, I love every single. So his 20 top singles I absolutely love. So there you go. That's high what do you call it? High, can't think, but that's pretty good anyway. Yeah, the B-side is the title track, and it's another good soft rocker. Number 19 on my list, we got 1983 from the Have You Ever Been in Love album. This one charted at number 51, Till You Come Back to Me. Excellent cover of the Stevie Wonder song. Now, I'm a big R&B soul guy, Atlantic soul, Stax, Motown, you name it, from the 60s, early 70s. I love it. This, to me, that said, I'm not really a huge Stevie Wonder fan, but I love all the other Motown people from that era. This one comes in 8.3 out of 10 for me. Great stuff. Now, the interesting thing here is the B-side of this single is Train. Now, that's on the Just a Boy album from 1974, I think it is, and it wasn't released as a single in the UK, yet there's 2 video clips I've seen of it from recorded around that time. It was a fairly big hit in Australia and a big hit in Europe, but never got released in the UK, Train, which is really strange. They could have released it as a double A side, actually. So, number 18, got 1980 off the Living in a Fantasy album. Where did we go wrong? Did not chart again in the UK. Very good soft rocker. 8.5 out of 10. The B-side, Millionaire, is also from the same album. That's a coulda, woulda, shoulda song. It could have, woulda, shoulda, and been a double A side with this, or a single in its own right. Great stuff. Number 17 on my list. We go back to 1977 from the Thunder in My Heart album. This one charted at number 55 in the UK. There Isn't Anything I Wouldn't Do. What a beautiful piano ballad. Great stuff. 8.5 out of 10. The B-side, World Keeps on Turning, from the same album. It's a great disco rocker again. Should have been a double A side with this song, or a single in its own right, in my opinion. Number 16, we got 1978 from his self-titled album again, and it's Dancing the Night Away. Now, according to that box set, this was a UK single. It didn't chart. What the hell? Unbelievable. I prefer it over the Amazing Rhythm Aces, I think that's what they call it, Amazing Rhythm Aces original country rock version. This one's got a bit of a disco vibe attached to it. There's Poppy in there barking away. This one comes in at 8.8 out of 10. Great stuff. The B-side, Tell Me One More Time. Love the bass line in that one. It's a slow, funky R&B groove that is just so infectious. Again, another woulda, coulda, shoulda been a hit in its own right, or at least a double A side. Great stuff. Number 15 in my list. I'm surprised this one didn't come in higher. I sort of have a mental image when you do these ranking lists before you do them. Oh, I think that one will be pretty good. Oh, I wonder where this one will go. Or this one should be top 5. And it never seems to pan out the way you want it. And this one I thought was really going to be a lot higher than what it was, even though I do love it. 1981. It's a non-album single. Non-album track, I should say. Bye Bye Now My Sweet Love. It didn't chart in the UK. It has that distinct Cliff Richard soft rock sound from the late 70s through to the early 1980s. It comes in 9 out of 10 for me. And there's 3 B-sides on this, so it's pretty much an EP, really. You Win, I Lose, Once in a While, and She's Not Coming Back. Both are from the Living in a Fantasy album. All 3 of them are. and that was pretty much written with Alan Tarney. So maybe this was one of these tracks, Bye Bye Now My Sweet Love, that maybe didn't quite make the cut of the album, but it was good enough to be released, so it was released as a standalone single, maybe. Don't know. So at number 14 on my list, when we met Leo Sayer, I actually said, oh, there were two songs I was really hoping you would play. I Can't Stop Loving You was one, and we had to wait till the last track of the night for that, but this one you didn't play. 1982's Heart Stop Beating in Time from World Radio. And when I did mention that, is I could see the wheels and the cogs in his mind and the little light bulb going on. So I don't know if that meant that he hadn't played it for a while, he'd forgotten about it, or thinking, oh, maybe I should add that to the set list. I don't know. But you can see the little cogs and wheels turning there. Yeah, peaked at number 22 in the UK in 1982. It's from the World Radio album. It was originally, well, it was written by the Gibb brothers. Barry Gibb had it in mind for Leo Sayer when he wrote it, but the Bee Gees did record it, and that album of the Bee Gees at that time, it couldn't fit on the album, so they never released it. So they did end up giving it to Leo Sayer regardless, and he does a great version of it, 9.5 out of 10. The B-side, End of the Game, is from the same album, World Radio. Number 39, oh, number 13 for me, not number 39. We got 1983 from the Have You Ever Been in Love album. This one charted at number 16. Orchard Road, the ultimate Don't Leave, Come Back to Me heartbreak song. Absolutely brilliant in my opinion. Yeah, there is a story attached to that. I think Leo said he was on the phone all night, payphone, talking to his wife at the time. There'd been a bit of an indiscretion. She didn't want him back, and he was pleading with her. And yeah, he just called it Orchard Road. So yeah, great song. Obviously has a meaning for him. 10 out of 10. The B-side, Gone Solo, is a similar sort of heartbreak song with that pleading R&B soul vibe of, you know, like Percy Sledge would sing. Yeah, just great stuff. All the singles from here on in are all 10 out of 10, so you can see how hard it is to actually make this list for me, which is why I had to sort of give a bit of allowance with B-sides, etc. Anyway, number 12 on my list, we go 1982, from the Have You Ever Been in Love album. It is the title track. This one peaked at number 10 in the UK. Have You Ever Been in Love? What a beautiful ballad. Absolutely incredible. One of the great ballads out there. B-side, I Don't Need Dreaming Anymore. That's from the World Radio album. Another gorgeous ballad. Great stuff. Number 11 for me. I actually thought this one would be a lot higher, like top 5, but it's funny how things pan out. 1979, it's from the Here album. It did not chart in the UK. Disco Rock, and the song is When the Money Runs Out. Love this song. Great stuff. It's almost like a deep cut now because it's almost forgotten, fairly overlooked. You never ever hear it on the radio, and you hear a lot of his songs from that late 70s period on the radio, but you never hear this one for some reason. This one was co-written with Ray Parker Jr. Excellent song. Just sad I couldn't put it any higher than I did. The B-side is from the same album, Take the Easy Way Out. Excellent soft rocker. Love the power of Leo's vocals on there. It's good enough to be an A-side in its own right again. Number 10. Again, all these songs could have been number 1 on my list, but you can't have everything at number 1. So, from 1974, this is going to surprise a lot of people, we have One Man Band. This was originally written for Roger Daltrey's solo album. Ended up being on Leo's Just a Boy album. Absolute classic. Everyone knows this song. Don't need to say anything further. 10 out of 10. The B-side, Drop Back, is from Silverbird. Number 9 on my list, we go to 1977 from the brilliant Endless Flight album. This one peaked at number 10 in the UK. How Much Love, again, could have been anywhere in the top 10. This is about as mirror ball as disco gets. It's 10 out of 10 for sure. B-side, I Hear Laughter, is from the same rain. It's from the same album. Great stuff. Number 8. We got 1977. This was a number 1 hit. This is my dad's favourite Leo Sayer song of all time, When I Need You. I'm a big fan of Albert Hammond. I love Albert Hammond's version, but Leo makes this song his own. He puts so much effort into it. It's an absolute classic. 10 out of 10. The B-side, I Think We Fell in Love Too Fast, is a great up-tempo, almost disco, I guess you could call it pseudo-disco song. Both tracks are from Endless Flight. Great stuff. Number 7 on my list, we got 1974 with a number 4 hit from the Just a Boy album, Long Tall Glasses. It's a jaunty rocker, classic Leo. We all know this song, everyone knows it. 10 out of 10. The B-side, In My Life, is also from the Just a Boy album. Proves Leo can really rock out when he wants to. Number 6 on my list. Again, this song, if it was number 1, it wouldn't have bothered me. You know, it's a great song. From 1978, I Can't Stop Loving You, from his self-titled album. This one peaked at number 6 in the UK. It's the saddest breakup song you'll ever hear. Has a nice country tinge to it. The B-side, No Looking Back, is another breakup song from the same album. Great stuff. He actually re-recorded this when he did an album of reimagining his own songs a few years ago. And I think that reimagining is just as good as this. Great stuff. Number 5, almost his signature tune, I guess. 1973. This one peaked at number 2, and it's The Show Must Go On. This is the one that started it all. Love everything from the carny sounds at the beginning to the banjos and this jaunty little novelty song. It's great stuff. I mean, I call it a novelty song, whether you do is another thing or not. 10 out of 10. The B-side, Tomorrow, is a decent rocker. Both tracks are from that debut album, Silverbird. Number 4 on my list, we got 1975 from the Another Year album. This one peaked at number 2. Moonlightin'. Love the story of this song, albeit it's a sad one. Love the Latino feel. Love the Billy Joel type vibe that's going on. What's not to love about Moonlightin'? Great stuff. B-side of this, Streets of Your Town, comes from the same album. Love the subtle use of the accordion every now and then. You've really got to listen. You just hear it. It's really good. So yeah, number 4, Moonlightin'. Number 3 on my list. Yeah, this is one of those. Hang on, we'll say it in a minute. Now we got 1976 from Endless Flight. This one peaked at number 2 in the UK. This is so annoying that it's actually an infectious earworm. You Make Me Feel Like Dancing. Love the disco groove. His falsetto is actually brilliant. He can even do the falsetto on stage once his voice is warmed up. Great stuff. One of those hits that everybody knows. The B-side is Magdalena from the Endless Flight album as well. That is a top 10 career song for me, Magdalena. Great stuff. 10 out of 10. Number 2 on my list. A lot of you probably would have forgotten what's already been said and what. So this could be a surprise for you too, you guys. So we go to the Living in a Fantasy album from 1980. This one peaked at number 2 in the UK. More Than I Can Say. It was originally recorded by the Crickets after Buddy Holly died, but it was made more famous by the brilliant Bobby Vee, and even better by Leo. Now, the story for that song is that Leo had recorded all the songs for the Living in a Fantasy album, and he was one song short. And I believe he was watching TV one evening with Alan Tarney. I could be wrong. And yeah, when it come on, they both said, or one of them said, that's the song we need for the album. So he recorded it, and yeah, it was a huge hit. Leo made it his own. Great stuff. 10 out of 10. The B-side, Only Foolin', comes off the same album, Living in a Fantasy. It's a solid rocker with amazing drum work in it. Great stuff. So now we're up to number 1. You've probably forgotten them all by now. Again, this is going to be a surprise for a lot of people. Could have been anywhere in the top 10, top 13, but it happens to be number 1 on this occasion. We go to 1977. This one peaked at number 22. It's from the album of the same name, and I've got Thunder in My Heart, number 1 on this occasion. Had I have done this list yesterday, tomorrow, next week, there will be 4 different number 1s, but on this occasion, Thunder in My Heart is number 1. It's a real foot-tapping disco song, yet at the same time, it's a solid rocker. Love his powerful vocals on this one too. Had a resurgence in 2000 when Mech, a UK disc jockey, remixed it and had a number 1 hit on the UK charts. 10 out of 10. The B-side, Get That Girl, has a 1950s sort of doo-wop vibe to it without it actually being a doo-wop song. It's the sort of thing that could have been on Billy Joel's An Innocent Man. It's that sort of 50s vibe going on, and that's the best way I can explain the B-side. Sorry, but there you go, folks. It's my list of Leo Sayer UK charting or chart singles, UK singles in general. Thunder in My Heart, number 1. Anyway, guys, leave your lists in the comments section below. What would be your favourite Leo Sayer singles? Did you forget any of these? Were you unaware of a lot of these? Are you surprised that a lot of these didn't even chart in the UK? It's just so strange indeed, considering how big he was through until 1982, 83-ish. Strange stuff indeed. Anyway, guys, hope I haven't bored you for the last 28 minutes. Till next time, stay safe, take care. All for now. Catch you around, and bye, folks.